President of Mary University of Science and Technology. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Norma Kigen, of course, for having me aboard. My name is Mugo, as you have said, and apart from being the president of the union, or the Student Association of Mary University, I am a Christian.
That's nice.
Apart from being a Christian, most people forget that I am also a student in the school, pursuing Bachelor of Science in Statistics, year 4, semester 1 actually. And I am still the vice chairperson of the Youth Governance Initiative Kenya, Nyeri chapter, and I believe that's about myself.
Wow, you have a lot of titles to your name.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you've told me you do statistics, right?
Right.
Statistics, politics, very different things.
Yeah.
How did you end up doing politics? And how did you end up doing statistics, considering you're someone who loves politics? Yeah, you told me about the YGIK. You will tell us.
And the funniest thing, Norma, is that before I came to campus, I did not love politics.
Oh.
And that is why I chose statistics as the course I wanted to do. And actually, it is a challenging one. But when I came here and loved politics, I just went for it, knowing very well that I'm doing statistics and believing that I'm going to balance. Yes.
Oh, tell us a little bit more about YGIK. What does it mean?
YGIK is it's an acronym for Youth Governance Initiative Kenya. It's a group that has come forth 8 months actually now. It is advocating for the youth. There has been presentations in government delegations and even outside the world where the youth is seen to be represented. But the people who actually represent the youth are over 35 years. In your Kenyan constitution, it's very clear that the youth gap in this republic is 18 to 35 years. So that is what we are advocating for. That 18 to 35 years should be the people actually who are representing the youth. That is why YGIK is formed, of course, in that basis and minimum.
And what have you done so far with the YGIK?
With YGIK, we have representatives in the whole of the 47 counties.
Okay.
And in every county, we have the chairperson, the vice chairperson, sub-county representative, and even representatives in the ward level. So we always have meetings annually, delegates meetings annually, but of course the executive meets time to time to delegate about issues affecting the youth in the country, and we are moving with speed.
Wow, that's an amazing thing that you're doing. Congratulations for that. Let's come back to Mary University.
Right.
Yes, you're the president of Mary University of Science and Technology.
Self-evident.
Yes, very true. And tell me a little bit about SAMU. What does SAMU do?
SAMU, I believe everybody knows it stands for Students Association of Mary University. And SAMU is sandwiched between the students' body and the administration.
Yeah.
The main objective or the main work where SAMU is there is to represent the demands, the requests, and everything that the students want done for their betterment of life in the university to the administration. But not forgetting, and this is where people go wrong, not forgetting that they are also the voice of the administration, or they pass also some information from the administration to the students. But of course, the main thing is to represent the demands and the requests and even the feelings of the students to the administration. That in microcosm, that is what SAMU does.
Yes. And in the recent time, let's say the past year, right?
Right.
There's been a lot of commotion in the university. You're aware of that, right?
Sure.
We've been on the headlines, and I'd like to know more about that. Like, what's happening? Have you made more resolution? Because, like, since you've been in the stage, there's been a lot of peace in the university, and we really appreciate that. What have you done to make the changes?
Why we were in the headlines is that the previous regime and even us, the students, who are of course there, even the previous regime, notified, or not notified, but noted the problems we had. And one of the biggest problems we had, and this is so open to everyone, is the administration.
Right.
We had, you know, a dictatorial
Right.
kind of administration. And that is why we went to the streets. And we demanded that the administration has to be changed.
Was that the first step, going to the streets? Did you try to talk to the administration at the time?
Norma, I was not there in the last regime, but that is what they did. I believe they had tried so many steps before going to the streets. But actually, when we went to the streets, we found fruits that we so much enjoy right now. Of course, there has been peace, as you have said, ever since I entered office, due to the change in the administration, due to the change in the leadership up there. And we appreciate right now things are moving faster, and that is why there has been peace.
So, what motivated you to run for the chairperson seat?
Thank you for that question. The zeal and the zest, the enthusiasm that I had to serve the students and to, you know, to duplicate their demands and their requests to the administration and even to the outside world. This is something that really motivated me to now come in, especially after the change of guard in the administration.
Right.
It motivated me so much to run for this seat.
You talk with a lot of passion when you talk about being the chair.
Yes.
Yeah, you do, and I appreciate that. And before this seat, before the current SAMU, so many people backed down. So many people backed down, like when they, I'm going to mention the Kigen incident. So many people backed down, right? Weren't you scared? Weren't you afraid?
By?
Like the guy,
Kidero issue?
yes.
I was not actually afraid. No, it hit me. It hit me awesomely. But I believe there's a saying that goes that in every battle, there must be casualties.
Right.
There must be casualties. As long as it is hard to accept, we did it.
Yeah.
We accepted that it happened. And it is one of the biggest reasons that we enjoy the peace we do right now.
That's true.
It is one of the biggest reasons we enjoy the change of guard in the school right now. It is one of the biggest reasons that we live happily right now.
Right. And so far, as the school president,
Sure.
what changes have you made in the university?
Norma, there has been changes, and some of them have not been necessarily changes, but advancements of the changes that were there.
Yeah.
One being, the first thing that actually made me happy when I entered office was that the students were allowed to do examinations without clearance of fee, actually with a balance of 8,000 and below.
Wow.
See, in that one, the administration just had the students because they had to, because at that moment, not many students had cleared fee, and of course we had a very prolonged semester, of course due to the problems that we had.
Yes.
That is one. Number two, there is clean water running in the university. Although there has been some challenges of late, but not actually challenges. For example, our inlet from the water from the mountains had blocked, and that was done. Only that during the weekend there was no that clean water, but on Monday it was corrected. Look at we have a tank up there, and everybody can see in the school, just beside the hostel C, where we are now coming up with a way of refining and cleaning the water we take from sources, even from the Middle University. It's called Mewasco, Middle Water Services, Sewerage and Water Cleaning Company. The water from the rivers, the water from our boreholes. We are looking for a way to clean it so that there can be clean water in the whole of the university. Number three, and most people will not see this, is there has been work that has been ongoing on our pavements, which has been dusty. And now we have advocated for carbon in every dusty pavement. And that is what you are seeing in the school is it's just a beginning. Because by the end of my era, there will be carbon in every dusty path. So that is something, that is a change which we are doing, and of course it is on the pipeline.
I like the fact that you really have passion for this presidency seat.
Yes.
And you're making so much changes. Do you have any more changes that you'd like to make or advocate?
Thank you, Norma. We have been having problems ever since. Problems of fees, problems of students who are less disadvantaged, especially financially. Two, we have been having insecurity issues in our school. Three, we have been having some rent issues even with the non-resident students. We have been having issues with inclusivity because Mary University students body, we have three bodies that make Mary University. One is the main campus, two we have Marinda, and three we have the town campus.
Right.
So you have asked, what are the changes that I want to do? One, let me speak about insecurity. It has been halfway addressed because security has been beefed up. And the police have now woke up because we went to their SAMU and we told them to wake up. Of course, it's their work to provide security. But we have also approached the county government to do some lighting in Chiru and even in the environs surrounding the school. And they are doing it. They are doing it. Only that processes have to be followed, procurement procedures have to be there. But in due time, we are going to see lighting in those dark places of Inchiru. For example, Kunena area, we all know what we're talking about. A place called California, in those dark places. And of course, we are going to see this lighting. All we ask is to be given time to do it. And eventually, we are going to achieve. Inclusivity of the Marimba and Town campus is one thing that we have really invested in. And I believe, though some of them will not see it, and I believe this is the first in my government, they have made so many trips to this school just for every decision. We have had one Congress meeting, they were here. The school prayer day, they were here. And in everything that the elections of the speaker, which was done some 2 months ago, they were also here. I think they can feel included. We have also helped them find a finance officer to be going in Marimba weekly. So that because they complained that they had to travel all the way to our campus for free clearance. And these things we are doing. So I believe we are working.
Yes, and we have seen the work and we really appreciate you. Lately we've been having issues with the biometrics, so many people have been talking about it.
Right.
And several entry points, we really need that.
Yes.
And you've been running a drug campaign.
Yes.
These are the couple of things we really need to talk about, but we'll talk that right after the break. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us. We're back with Mugo, the president of Mary University. I would like you to tell us a little bit about the biometric system. There's been several rumors that you have to finish your school fees first before getting to campus, and that's like a little bit tricky for so many students. Yes, please enlighten us.
So thank you very much. I would like to clear the air.
Yes.
Because there has been a lot of rumors accrued to the biometric system in the gate.
Right.
As long as I've seen it even in our forum that has people saying as long as we are appreciating technology, let it not be connected with fee. And those are just rumors from, I would say, rumor mongers.
Right.
Because there is no any specific point that biometric has been connected with the fee. There is nowhere it has been connected with the fee.
So what is
that? Is just for security purposes, as in every Tom, Dick and Jerry were entering the university. Just like that. But now, we are coming up with a way, a biometric system that will be knowing how many people today have entered the university.
Yes.
How many? you see, identification, need to identify. And by the way, because it will be slow, and you see, we have system hang-ups, especially during some times. During the examination times, do not be worried that you'll be making long queues, even crossing the road by your queues, because the system is slow.
Yeah.
Because the ID, the student ID card, will also be used.
Yeah.
So let nobody lie to anybody in this school that the biometric has been connected with fee. That is a rumor, and that is just a lie from somebody who just want to create chaos and fracas in the university, which we don't want.
So in short, the biometric system is the main purpose of the biometric system is for security purposes, right? To identify that this person is a student in Mary University.
Right, and the biometric is not only for students, it's even for the staff. There is no staff there. Whether you are coming with a personal car, whether who you are, even the Vice Chancellor himself will first enroll in the biometric system before entering that gate. So that has not been lied, or do the staff pay fee? No. The staff do not pay fee.
They don't.
So there is no way, and the biometric system is the same. There is no way the biometric system is connected to the fee. No.
Thank you so much for clearing the air. That has been an issue, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, and we only have one entry point in this university, right?
Right.
Any changes?
I will not say that we have one entry point,
Right.
because there are other entry points which have not been officially opened. So by lack of terminology, we can call them panya routes.
Yeah.
But I would want to answer this with very high confidence and say that, of course, a university, and even look at even bigger universities or even other universities that we want to be like, they don't have one entry point.
Yeah, they don't.
This issue, as SAMU, we have written to the administration.
Right.
They have first said that they are constructing a concrete wall around the school, and as they construct that, we are going to have more entry points. I'm going to use the word more because I don't want to say the specific number.
Right.
But of course, right now, as we are speaking, the area that connects school from Mokaria, it has not been closed. There are no even attempts of closing. What was done is that the way was reduced for only students to enter, but not things like motorbikes, not things like cars from that side, but it was just reduced. But that entry point is open. But that we are going to have more entry points. Let me just say that.
Yeah, you talked about motorbikes, and is there like a credential?
Sorry?
A credential for the people who like their motorbikes in the school, right? Is there a credential like these people are supposed to go to the school, like, or something?
Right. There is not any motorbike enters the school.
Yeah.
That is also a security issue. We have 15 enrolled, 15 enrolled motorbikes, which ferry students to and from
Are they
school.
trained?
And it is only 6 to 6, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So those are professional, they're trained people, like they know what they're doing, you know?
Yeah, they know what they are doing, they have been vetted, they have been allowed.
Okay, that's good. And then we have the Innovation Center.
All right.
Yeah, and I've not seen any activity, official activity, that's what I mean.
There has been activities here. There has been activities here, Norma. Maybe you have not been very careful. But activities have been there, have been here. Students who have ideas, this is where ideas incubate, this is where ideas grow, this is where ideas are supported to go to other levels.
So what ideas have been supported so far?
Ideas have been there. Let me talk about even the hackathon competition that is coming.
Right.
I believe right now we are having an interview. It is in the Innovation Center.
Yeah.
Even if you walk just out of this door and go to the other side, you get students there who are doing robotics. They have been, they have an idea which is heard in the Innovation Center and which is allowed to grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think students, we should be more informed about it.
Yes.
Right.
So I would like to tell all students that if you have an idea, walk to the Innovation Center. Talk to Dr. Guyo, talk to the other admin assistants, and you will be helped to nurture your idea and to grow it even to levels that you don't imagine.
Yeah, thank you so much for that information. I personally didn't have that knowledge about that.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for letting that up. Okay, have you had any opposition so far as the school president?
There has been opposition. Of course, there will never be opposition. And the opposition here is just opposition out of nothing.
Yeah.
There has been issues, yes. And these issues, they complain about. In fact, I read a text the other day in the forum, or somewhere, not in the forum, but in a social media platform, that I'm always in bed.
Oh.
I think right now I'm not in bed.
No, you're not.
Because I'm still working for students.
Right.
And I was very happy and I enjoyed that. Because that is a very silly comment. It's a very bad one, of course.
Yeah.
But opposition has been there of some issues that we are seeing changes.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, when doing everything, processes have to be followed.
Right.
This school is ISO 2015 certified. Not many people will know what ISO certification means. It means international standards. The school has reached international standards. And that is why there has to be procedures. You don't just go to the admin and tell them we want water. You have to write. The memo have to go to some stages before it is answered. And I'm very happy because right now we complained about the sluggishness of the reply to our memos. But now it has been improved.
Yeah.
So these complaints and these oppositions are becoming due to small issues that are getting solved as soon as we advocate for them. So I wouldn't really say that it is opposition. But I would say that there are some people there who just have a warlike spirit.
Right.
And I would like to say that we have come from an era so bad and we have grown to a very civilized university where we don't have to keep on fighting and fighting for this. And I would like to tell everybody that the main objective of the student association and of everybody is achieving, not how you achieved.
Right.
People achieve differently. Some of them achieve via fights. Some of them achieve via strikes. Some of them achieve via war, via revolutions, via chaos, via fracas. But at the end of it all, we achieve. Some of them also achieve via talking, dialogue, and the same achieving done by strikes is the same achieving done by dialogue. So the main objective here is not how you achieve, but have you achieved? If yes, then you did your work.
Do you have a strategy of achieving your goals?
We have a strategy. Right now, we just articulate every problem as it comes.
Right.
And we send it directly to whoever is concerned to handle it. And let me tell you, they handle it with immediate effect. Let me talk about the weekend that was so bad last weekend. It was so bad in the school.
Yes.
There was a lot of dirt in the school. The DSTV went off and everything was just bad. The library was not was being closed at the not the usual hours. But that is when a lot of people came up and spoke, saying that SAMU is doing nothing, SAMU is always sleeping, but it was during a weekend. A weekend actually is not a working day.
It's true.
But on Monday, the school was clean. It started being clean as early as 8. On Tuesday, the library was opened. On the same Tuesday, the STV was paid. In fact, a subscription for 6 good months for the whole of the television sets in the school. Right? And things are moving faster. For example, the Block C television set got damaged.
Yeah.
It was replaced in a blink of an eye. It was replaced. So I don't think that it is not opposition really. Let me not call it opposition. They are personal problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they address you like in person? Like,
They cannot. They don't address me in person
why do you think so?
because they also know it is not opposition. They also know we are working.
Yeah.
They cannot have that courage to tell you that on your face you are not working. Because every question you ask me, I will answer you.
Yeah.
So
So
you
they
see-
talk under closed doors.
Of course,
Right.
they must do it.
You've been running a drug campaign, right?
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit about that.
What I did, I launched.
Yeah.
I launched.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily running,
Mm-hmm.
but I launched a drug campaign. Then I left the most peer counselors to run it
Okay.
in conjunction with the societies to run the campaign. So it's not necessarily that I am running the campaign. What I did is launching the campaign.
Okay.
There has been problems with people saying that we lack priorities, we do this and this. There are so many things that have to be addressed before the drug issue is addressed. But I want to say that these things are not correlated. We run all the things, or all things parallel. For example, we cannot stop advocating for clean water in the university and go for drugs for 2 weeks. Then after the 2 weeks, we come and say we need clean water.
Yeah.
That is not what we do. The drug campaign being run right now by the peer councillors will be run, and at the same time, we shall advocate for clean water, we shall advocate for more entry points, we shall advocate for library services, we shall advocate for academic trips, we shall advocate for everything. They should run parallel. So, and the drugs, I would like to speak about them. Seriously, we have an issue with the drugs. Though most of the people will not accept this, we have an issue with the drugs. And the No to Drug Abuse campaign, let people, even if it is being run by the peer councillors and the societies for now, let people just accept it.
Yeah.
Let people say no to drugs, because that is an undeniable fact. We have to say no to drugs.
Right.
It is a fact. And you know what? You cannot undo a fact. You can just hide it with an avalanche of lies, but you cannot undo a fact. Yes.
That's a very great initiative that you launched.
Right.
So what changes do we hope to see?
Yes,
in the university?
you hope to see a lot of changes, and a lot of changes you have already started seeing.
Yeah, you have.
One of them being, if you look around the school, and anybody will look around the school, you see that things are moving faster. Look at the engineering complex.
Yeah.
The first engineering complex has taken a hell lot of time to be built, but look at the other one. It's almost in completion. That is one of the changes that we have seen. We expect to see a concrete wall around the school. One of the changes we are expecting. There has been environmental improvements. There are a lot of trees that have been planted in the school, and by the way, on this coming Saturday will be a tree planting day for the school, where even students, staff, and even the county government will be involved, but official communication will be done. We asked for sports facilities for the sports guys. They have been complaining so much of poor quality sports facilities, but of course we expect to see improvement. The allowances, for example, I want to say it clearly so that every student will hear me and everybody, that allowances for students who are going for sports. If you are going somewhere for a day and coming back to the university, of course, having been allowed through the necessary offices, and you have played that game, you're supposed to be given 500 Kenya shillings as an allowance if you are going and coming back. If you are going and spending a night, you are supposed to be given 1,000 Kenya shillings per day if you are spending a night. But if games are around the school, in the university, you're supposed to be given 200. But not every player. Those players that are known by that are really known by the sports committee, and those people and those players that have been, told that they are going to play. So do not go and play tennis in the evening and come asking for money.
Yeah.
And there are no competitions. If there are competitions, you are allowed to play. You're supposed to get allowance.
Okay. Yeah.
So the other change is there has been a problem with actually I'll speak it under like note with cashews. Of course, we are not the employer of cashews, but they have been reinstated And we are working now in the library, you get cashews there. And the school compound, you also get cashews there. So I think right now, everything is just okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all the work that you've been doing in the school. It's been amazing, and we see progress, and that's what we want to see, and that's what we elected you
Right.
to, yeah, in the school.
Right, before you finish, let me say that we have been having problems with financial problems. I had said earlier, but didn't finish. And that is why, as a student association of Mary University, we are working with the administration and with any person of goodwill, even the county government, to come up with an initiative called CFC. CFC is Comrades for Comrade. Comrades for Comrade.
Right.
We have already started working on the initiative, which will give us an endowment fund. Other than the SAMU accounts, other than the school, can we have an endowment fund where students can apply for bursaries? And we see ourselves helping a lot of students from the endowment fund. We are going to kick it off early next year, and it's something that we wanted sustained even in the next years. Of course, I'm not going to be president forever. Even in the next regimes, it is something that we want to start and let it flow until the end. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. It was very nice having you in the show.
Right.
And we appreciate all the information that you've given unto us, and clearing all those issues that we thought were a problem in the school. Okay, we've talked about a lot about official things, official matters. We, as a student, we really want to know a little bit about our leader. So, tell me a little bit about your personal life. Are you seeing a certain someone? Are you still in the business? Are you still mingling? Tell me a little bit about that.
Thank you, Norma, for the question.
Okay.
I don't know what to say actually. But let me say that we have never become. We are always in a state of becoming. But right now, about dating and being in a relationship, let me say that let me just keep it private as it is.
Why is it private? Are you seeing a lot of girls?
No.
It has been alleged. I've heard from time to time. Are you trying to keep that as a secret?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not seeing a lot of girls. And if I'm seeing only one.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you have it, girls. Local business.
Yeah, so kindly, if anybody wants to come to me, I am packed.
You're packed. Okay, that's really nice to know. We're going to close the show, but before we do that, we would like you to have your closing remarks. Tell us anything that you feel like our audience should hear from you.
Yes, thank you very much. Of course, it has been a very good time being here in this show. And my closing remarks, I would really like to thank even the students for laying their hopes on me.
Yes.
And of course, I am going to do everything possible, legally possible, to make sure that we get to where you guys want to be. On that note, I would like to say that we always have a prayer day. We shall now always have a prayer day each and every semester. And on that note of prayers, I would also like to tell the Mary University fraternity to pray for the VC and the family. And number 2, I would like to say that opposition is good.
Right.
Because it makes you work. It makes you wake up. And we cannot do without those people who oppose us. But again, let us have opposition that is also willing to give solutions.
Yeah, positive criticism, right?
Because positive criticism.
Yeah.
Because I don't own a monopoly of solutions. Someone doesn't own monopoly of solutions. And if you are there and you are opposing this government and you wish good for the students, then you would be telling me that, you see, we don't have good glasses in the school. That is a complaint.
Right.
But then suggest maybe we can improvise ours. But not keep on saying we don't have good glasses, we don't have good glasses, we don't have, somewhere is not working. That That is negative criticism,
Yeah.
and it is bad. The most final remark I'd like to say that a leader is someone who thinks from the perspective of others,
Right.
builds consensus, and advocates for the issues of those people who elected or appointed him while avoiding conflicts. And I repeat again, while avoiding conflicts.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Norma.
Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
We will hold you accountable for everything you've told us, and we wish that you come to terms to everything you've told us, right?
Right.
Yeah, achieve all the goals that you set,
Sure.
and I hope you will listen to the grievances of the students.
Sure.
And how can we reach you as students if we have issues and we want them addressed? We can't go to the administration directly, we have to go through you, right?
Right. Reaching me, of course, I have a team.
Yes.
I don't work alone. I have a team of 7 executives, and in every issue, we shall, in every docket, there is somebody who plays a part, who plays a role in it, and that is why every time you want to reach me, you can pass through them. But if it is you want to see me personally, I'm always available. Most of the times I'm in school, and my phone number is the public domain.
Thank you so much for being here. It was lovely hosting you. You're a very charming person.
Thank you.
And till next time,
Thank you.
this has been Moose TV. You can catch us on Facebook and YouTube at Moose TV. Please leave a like, share, comment.